Welcome to the Knowledge Series. We are going to talk about the most awaited document of the economy, that is the Economic Survey 2020-21. It reflects on the pulse of the economy. The Government of India released Economic Survey 2020-21 very recently, and since the survey is coming during the pandemic period, the survey is dedicated to the COVID warriors who have selflessly saved millions of lives and taken care of the health, unmindful of their own interest. And policy also speaks about the timely response of the government to ensure that the infection curve is flattened and the lives and livelihood are protected, and as a result of which we could find that India is better placed in terms of ability to control the infection spread, though ours is a very dense country, and the education on COVID protocols have been disseminated very fast, and the guidelines that have been issued were also very fast. So, coming to the policy response of the government in terms of halting of the economy, in terms of gradual reopening of the economy sector to sector in a measured manner, has prevented faster spread. As a result of such breakdown in the economic activities, the economy has registered a growth rate of minus 24% during quarter 1 and minus 7.5% during quarter 2, and it is expected that Q3 and Q4 will be better, and the year is expected to end close to minus 7.7%. That is what is the expectation. And many of the sectors have started opening up now, and banks have also activated their lending to the sector. RBI has intervened and provided a lot of forbearance and a lot of support to the banking system. It has given moratorium, it has reduced the interest rates, it has widened the liquidity flow, and also allowed moratorium of loans, and RBI has been very actively associated with controlling the repercussions of the pandemic, and as a result of which the economy could be saved from much of the losses. Now, as far as fiscal deficit is concerned, because of the implications of the economy not doing well, the fiscal deficit is set to be widened, and when the budget is placed, and the domestic debt will rise. And the Economic Survey has advocated counter-cyclical fiscal policy. We should not be much concerned about the fiscal deficit and domestic debt piling up. Rather, we should be more mindful about energizing the various sectors of the economy so that they are in a better position to restart their economic activities and get connected to the mainstream of the economy, and they should reach as soon as possible the pre-COVID levels. So, that is what is the pulse of the survey. And one more thing which has been flagged in the economic survey is about the sovereign credit rating of our country. It states that India is the 5th largest economy, and going by its strength and the fundamentals, the rating should be much better than what it is, and it is felt that the very methodology of computing the rating and arriving at the rating perhaps needs lot of reforms, lot of transparency, lot of openness and unbiasedness in arriving at the rating. So I think India merits a better rating than what it has got, like minus BBB by S&P is the rating which is given. I think that rating perhaps needs to be revisited by the experts. Then coming to the banking sector, it's quite interesting that the survey points out that the board of directors and the auditors, the statutory auditors, the top management of the bank have been asleep at the wheel. Means they have not been able to control the tendency of evergreening of the loans. That is, the evergreening means even if the loan is showing signs of stress, the account is restructured as per the bank's internal policies, and instead of classifying the loan account as a bad loan and making provisions against that and making efforts to recover the loan, it is still kept as standard, and evergreening goes on. So it is like postponement of classification of the loans that has been very counterproductive for the economy. I think we are quite aware of the pile up of the non-performing loans, that the NPAs were about 11.2% during 2017-18, which have come down to 8.5 by March 2020 and to a level of 7.5 by September 2020. But this moderation of NPAs may not be on account of the recovery that has happened in the loan accounts, but because of the standstill clause and other forbearance which has been granted by the RBI. Because of that, the actual classification has not taken place. That is the reason why the Financial Stability Report has very clearly flagged that way forward, when the standstill clause is lifted, then the NPAs of the banks will rise maybe to the level of about 13.5% in the case of normal stress, and to a high of 14.8% if the stress is very, very severe. And in the case of public sector banks, the NPAs are 17.6%, that is what is the expectation. In such a state, it is very essential for the stakeholders to think of a good tool to tackle the rising NPAs. So the survey says that a bad bank also merits consideration, that is formation of a separate entity to take over the non-performing assets of the banks, and the bad bank can also be formed. That is what is the take as far as the survey is concerned. It has also commented on the health, education, then research and development focus, and it is also estimating that the economy is going to be showing a tendency of a V-shaped recovery, and things are coming back to normal very fast. So as far as the sum and substance of the economic survey is concerned, it reflects on the positive actions of the government to act in such a crisis situation very rightly with timely policy interventions, and has been able to address the issues and could stand very tall as far as its ability to fight the pandemic is concerned. And the another point that merits recognition is the vaccine program which has been launched, and we have two domestic vaccines which have been started, and the vaccine program has already been launched, and the process has been started by providing vaccines to the healthcare workers in priority, and then the seniors, and then those who are having comorbidities. So this is the lineup in which the vaccination is supposed to be going on. And not only that, we are vaccinating our people, but we are also exporting vaccines to the nearby countries so that their life and health is protected. So, economic survey gives a glimpse of how the economy has behaved during the pandemic and how the forward outlook will pan out in the year 21, 22 and onwards. So, thank you very much.